In today's video, we're doing the mailbag segment. I took questions throughout the week. It's relation to the Hall of Fame game, as well as free agency, picking up players, who's doing good, who's doing bad. All of that so far. Got your questions on here. But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of the Detroit Lions, you want to subscribe to the channel. Why is that? We're dropping Lions news and rumors every single day so you don't miss out on it. And we're almost to 86,000 subs. With your help, we can get there. Let's go. Without further ado, let's jump right into it with the first question given to me. And it starts off here. Who impressed you the most from the Hall of Fame game? Well, there was not a lot of positive impressions from that game, but there was some individual accolades I can give out and show out there. For me, I'd probably go with Isaac TeSlaa. He looked really fluid in his routes. It looked really smooth. His hands, he was catching away from his body. He was watching it. It looked very easy for him. It didn't look like a struggle at all. His routes were great and crisp. And he's big out there. You can really see him as a presence on the field. I think he has made the best impression so far. And he could be, of all the players, like we had Craig Reynolds out there that did well, he can be doing something on game day, right? Him and folks like Craig Reynolds actually being utilized on game day. And so him to go on the field and do that was really good. And plus, if you look at the quarterback throw him the football, not good. So for him to go out there and catch those two catches there and be 2 for 2 and look like it was not hard at all for him, I was liking that. I thought it was really cool. Let's get to 100K. That starts today. Hit that subscribe button. We're like 10 away from 86,000, but this year we're going to get to that 100K. With your help, it can happen. Should the Lions add a quarterback? Well, I would say not at the moment, but if the production is like this again after a couple preseason games, I can see a situation where they're going to add a quarterback. Maybe someone from the Cleveland Browns that is released. Maybe Kenny Pickett gets released. Someone of that stature. A quarterback that gets released that's better than the ones that we have. Right now, no. We get to see Hendon Hooker next time play with the second string. We'll get more of an evaluation of him in that game. He only did a handful of passes in this past game. And it just didn't look good. It didn't look smooth. Nothing really looked positive from it. So not right now, but if it continues on, I can see them doing that. Kyle Allen sucks. Do the Lions not see that? I'm sure they see parts of that. Obviously, the 2 interceptions in the game. When we signed him, I said I don't believe he is going to be the backup quarterback for the Lions. He's not a good quarterback. His balls are off. They're off by 3 yards. He threw into double coverage. It was bad passes. It was. Sometimes he threw a good pass in there, but then you get the interceptions, and you're not going to win any games by throwing picks. You can't have that. Hell, the quarterback from the Chargers, both those quarterbacks look better than the Lions backups. One of those gets released. Hey, that's a better option. Thoughts on Alex Anzalone's contract? So you didn't know he got an added $250,000. He can get $750,000 in, rosters and making stats and stuff. So he could possibly get $1 million raise. That's good for him. He deserved to get a raise for sure. What it means for him this year, he's going to play for the Lions. I've been saying what it means for next year. He's probably not going to be here next year. The Lions got to pay Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, Sam LaPorta, Aiden Hutchinson. The list goes on, right? You got to pay these guys. I don't think they're going to pay a 30-some-year-old after they just gave him a minimal raise. What this raise means is I don't really believe he's the future plans for the Lions. They paid Derek Barnes. They're going to pay Jack Campbell. There's just not enough money to go around. You can't just pay every single person. And we love Alex Anzalone. I hope he could stay here. But to me, Definitely looks like it could be the end after this season. Thoughts on Isaac TeSlaa? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. I thought he looked great. Don't really need to step on for that. Thought he looked good. Let's talk about, instead of this, I'll jump in there. I thought Dominic Lovett looked good. He dropped one pass, but he caught everything else. But it looked like a struggle for him to catch the pass. And he was getting a lot of, just drop-offs. It's like 2-yard passes or drop-offs. So I want to see more from him, but a positive aspect for Lovett. The young receivers are fighting. I don't know if he makes the team or not. That's a great question right now. In the comments, will Lovett make the team? Why for yes and for no? Give me your thoughts on this one and really think about it. Can he actually make the team? We'll see. Will Lions sign Matthew Judon? Look, the Lions are interested in him. There's interest there. I would like the Lions to sign a pass rusher, whether it be Matthew Judon or Za'Darius Smith. I prefer Smith, but if they don't want to go that route and they want to go Judon, I'll take it. You just seen in preseason. Man, it's tough out there on pass rush. And you need to have bodies out there consistently. Mitchell Agude has not done anything. Isaac Ukwu has not done anything. We like Hassanin. Al-Qadim Mohammed is a decent piece. Wouldn't it be nice to have another one? It really would be nice to just have one more pass rusher on this team. I think the Lions should do it. It will help the team out in the long run, down the road. Injuries will occur. You need to have another body on the defensive line. Should the Lions pick up another pass rusher? Continue what I just said there. We talked about Judon. I'll talk about Za'Darius Smith. Or just the concept of pass rush. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They have waves of pass rush. In that Super Bowl, you've seen it. It keeps them all fresh. That is a philosophy I believe in. Multiple pass rushers. I understand Derek Barnes can rush the passer. Okay, I get it. Cool. But we need to have multiple ones. There's nothing wrong with having more of that. And having the ability to be flexible if there is a injury that happens to Hutch or Davenport, we know is injury prone. He is. It's well known. So wouldn't you like to have another body there so it's a little bit easier? I would. Should the Lions bring back Suh out of retirement? First off, Suh did retire, and he's not coming out of retirement. And no, the Lions shouldn't bring back Suh. Utilize the players that we have in the roster right now. Alim McNeill is eventually going to come back. Now we're hearing it could be sooner than the Thanksgiving Day game. That would be great. That would be awesome. We got DJ Reader. We got Tyleik Williams. I think they can hold the fort down until Alim McNeill gets back. And Suh is just not what he used to be. He's a lot older. And to be honest, I don't think he would bring much to the team. So, to be honest, no, that's not going to happen. I think it's out of the realm of possibility. Not going to occur at the least bit. Suh not coming back to Detroit, even though we love Ndamukong Suh. Well, some of us did, or whatever. But he's not coming back to the D. Lions look trash on offense. The team will fail this year, or am I overreacting? You're overreacting. Look at last year's preseason. It sucked. Preseason sucks. You're watching backups. You're watching quarterbacks that are not good, particularly good right now. You're having players on special teams that's doing positions that's out of position. That's not what they're going to do. They're all backups across the board. It doesn't matter about the score. We're looking at individual players like Kayode Usika, Colby Sorsdale, Broderick Martin. We're looking at individual performance. Giovanni Manu, how are they progressing? You know, there's position battles, and if they fail, they can get another quarterback eventually or something of that nature. That's what preseason's about. So, yes, it's extremely overreaction right now to look at the preseason and say that the world is over. The season is over. So, do you believe that the Lions season is over? Do you believe that this is concerning? Why for yes and for no? Give me your real thoughts in the comments. Any positive takes from the Hall of Fame game? Yes, a lot of positives. Rocky Sin, he really lays the wood down. He impressed me a lot. If he continues that, he's going to make the roster. That's what we need to have. Surefire tackling. I love it. Isaac TeSlaa looked great. Craig Reynolds looked like Craig Reynolds. KUD Sika looked good. Giovanni New, I thought was fair. Maybe he could have got a little bit better. Quarterbacks look bad, both of them. Let's see. Lovett looked well. We've already talked about that. Hassadine looked well. Ennis Rakestraw did not look good. He needs to play better. So there's aspects you look at it. I feel like the play calling was extremely vanilla, so I'm not taking anything from there. The flags need to get better. I don't like that. But again, it is preseason. We're talking about backups. The team's going to get Dan Campbell. He's going to rip them up in the next couple of practices, so I fully expect their performance to be better next time they play, at least execution-wise. So that's the takeaways I took for preseason game. We had one injury. We don't know the extent of it as I'm recording this, and that was to the tight end number 4, who I didn't even think was going to make the roster, but we don't like injuries anyway. So that was my takeaways. That was my takeaways from the game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. With that said, folks, adios.